Good morning, everyone, or good late evening. I'm not sure when this is going to be released. As of right now, the race hasn't been called. The election is over. The voting is done. They're just doing the final tallies. So I'm sure it's maybe been called by the time you see this. And if so, I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're happy. And if you're not happy, I hope you're handling it. I know in some past elections, people were very upset. It was the end of the world. It was always the end of the world. Every election for my entire lifetime has been the end of the world. I haven't seen the world end yet. The Mayans were wrong, or were they? Maybe the world ended in 2012 and this is purgatory. I don't think so. It doesn't feel like it. But hey, man, I've been wrong. I've been wrong in the past. So here's the big thing. It's not the end of the world. Whichever, if it didn't go your way, it's not the end of the world. What I'm hoping we don't see, because we've seen it in the past, is not just sore losers, because no one likes a sore loser, but the worst thing, the sore winners. If your cousin voted different than you, don't be a jerk about it. It's supposed to be the United States, not the divided states. Let's focus on unity. There are outside forces at play that really want us divided. I think it'd be crazy to let them win. I don't think we should do that. I don't think we should let the dividers win. My kids in past elections have said, I heard that if this person wins or that person wins, it's going to be bad for us. I mean, not bad for us. It'll be bad for some people. Every election is. Every election has consequences. I am not in one of the groups that was called out by either party, so I'm not sure how it would affect me personally. I hope that you're not in one of the parties that was called out specifically, but a lot of parties were called out specifically. Let's not do the gloating. Let's work on unity. Let's focus on that. But the reason I'm making this video is because there are people on X who do not follow this channel. They follow me on X, but they don't follow my channel. So I guess they don't know what I do or how I do it. And the key to what I do is the advice that I give to them, which is zoom out. Zoom the F out, you guys. You gotta zoom out. If you're too close to something, you can't understand it. And there was a thread where someone said, I cannot understand why people are voting for the other person. And I was like, well, really? I mean, I can think of, look, they publish what they stand for. So that's why. Maybe they don't like the things that you like. Maybe they don't have maybe they don't have confidence that your candidate's going to be the one who's actually going to live up to their promises. Politicians have a habit of not living up to their promises. That's how politics works since time immemorial. I will give you good things. I'll try. Maybe. It depends on the politician. It depends on the president. It depends on the country. It depends on all of it. And there are great leaders and there are bad leaders but there are always imperfect leaders. So that's the first part of zoom out, is if the person you pinned your hopes on is infallible, they're not. You're zoomed in too close. You got to zoom out and be objective. That's what I do. I'm objective. I can see, another person had said, Tesla's up in after hours. It's clear that they know who's going to win and the market's excited. And I said, well, that could be true of either candidate. And I got piled on by, I don't know what the PG word for dipshits is, but them. Well, if you can't see the other side's perspective, you're doing it wrong. I can see the perspective of both sides. I can see why a Trump presidency could be good for Tesla, but I can see why a pro-EV candidate who doesn't want to cancel EVs could be good for Tesla. The truth is Tesla's going to do just fine either way. SpaceX is going to do just fine either way. SpaceX is too critical to national security to not be fine either way. And Tesla is an international company, so even if EV sales do not perform as well as they could in coming years in the US, it is but one of Tesla's large and growing number of markets. In both cases, I'll be fine. You'll be fine. Most of you. I don't know who all of you are. I'm sure some of you have more specific situations that apply to you that one candidate or the other would more directly affect. Pretending one candidate universally defends something, whether it be free speech or lower taxes or whatever, is a mistake. No one supports free speech universally. And when I hear people say, so-and-so, or this person, that, or this candidate, they're all about free speech, I can find examples where they're not. Now, they may be a free speech advocate, but not always. Not always, and not always when it matters. Well, the so-and-so are stealing the election. Hey, man, I saw people on either side doing things that that may or may not be legal. Everyone exerts their influence in different ways. We have courts. Hopefully, if something illegal happened, it can be addressed. I don't know. But it is beyond my power, and I'm certainly not going to lose sleep over it. And that's why I'm making this video now instead of much later when the election outcome is probably known, because I got to get up in the morning, man. I got to keep going to work. That's what I do. So, yeah, zoom out. If you can't understand why a country prefers a Chinese EV over a Tesla, zoom out. There is an answer there. If you can't understand why some buyers want hybrids instead of EVs, zoom out. If you can't understand why people want EVs at all, zoom out. If you think no one will ever buy a Tesla again, my friend, zoom out. Zoom out. It's what I do. It's how I analyze things. I don't let my own personal opinions and biases get in the way of critical analysis. And I know it's not popular. I know I'm not making friends by just starting with data and finding the conclusion. The channels that start with a conclusion and work backwards are very, very popular among people who are crazy. If you can't see why I would be able to say Kamala would not always be the best for Tesla, maybe you shouldn't follow me. If you can't see why I would say maybe Trump could be better for Tesla, maybe don't follow me. Both of those realities can exist. Which one is better? Well, you cast your vote, so that's your decision. That's your thought. But I don't want to see the ugliness in people. I want to see the good. I have family members who are off the deep end. I love them to death. I see them twice a year. That's plenty. And they have gotten better over the years about not talking religion and politics all the time, and certainly not about religion and politics of other people whom they mostly have preconceived notions about that may not line up with reality. So, guys, I hope you're doing good. I hope you're feeling at least some peace. On the plus side, the election's over. We don't have to deal with 9,000 ads. It's, per second. It was crazy, and we need to shorten elections is what we need to do. Oh, it's exhausting. And I do my best to stay out of it, but my gosh, some of these people can't. They just can't. They can't help themselves. It is their mental illness in some cases. So there you go. What did I miss? What did I misunderstand? You can leave a comment if you want. Doesn't matter. I mean, I'm just doing this because I needed to explain that if I have unfollowed you or blocked you on X because you're wasting my time from your inability to zoom out, that's not my flaw. That's how I keep my desk tidy. That's how I keep my workspace neat so I can focus on analysis and not some crazy person's opinion. Stay tuned to Juicy. Can't wait to hear from you, clever robots. Whatever.